Today I'm going to show you some snacks that are popular with toddlers. Now we have Valentine's Day coming up, and so it's just kind of fun, even though your toddler doesn't know anything about Valentine's Day. It's fun to have special foods to celebrate the holidays. And of course, I know that you're tempted, just like I am, by this when you go to the grocery store. I love the way these taste, and I always bought them for my kids when they were a little older. But for your really young children, you really don't necessarily want to have such high sugar snacks for your kids, and you may not want to later either, but especially when they're like between 1 and 3, you want to kind of keep the sugar levels down. And so I used to work at a school where we served children that were 0 to 3, and once you had your 3rd birthday, you had to go to the different school because we only took infants and toddlers. But we had some snacks that were surefire favorites. Those kids loved them every single day, from the older babies who were feeding themselves all the way through the oldest toddlers who were nearly turning 3. And so I'm just going to show you how to make 2 of their favorite snacks, okay? So the first is cereal mix, and I know that you know that your kids love Cheerios. And so I have some Cheerios, and I'm going to dump them into my bowl. And I'm going to add some Fruit Loops. Now these do have, they've got a decent amount of sugar in them, but when they're mixed with the unsweetened cereals, it makes it a little less sugar-filled as a snack. And also it gives it some flavor, which will make them more apt to eat it. I'm not going to put them all in. I'll just put in a few for color. And then I found these really special Cheerios at the grocery store. These are heart-shaped Cheerios, and so I think that for sure we should add some to our Valentine's cereal mix. Here's a little heart-shaped Cheerio. I don't know if you can see that. Nope, it's really too tiny. But anyways, I'm going to add these heart-shaped blueberry flavored Cheerios to my cereal mix. And again, I'm not going to put quite as many in there, but those will be fun for your little one to look for and pick out if they can differentiate between the circle and the heart. Probably not, but it might be kind of fun to try. And then I have one last cereal to add to my mix, Cracklin' Oat Bran. Now, I don't know if you know this cereal or like this cereal, but whenever we had children in our class that were constipated, and it just seems to happen with kids a lot. Little kids get constipated a lot. I know it just happens. It happened with my own kids, and I certainly saw it happen with a lot of other people's kids. They just need high fiber. They need a lot of water. They need high fiber foods, and they just need something to help their little systems work. And so this cereal is a great answer to that problem because it's very high fiber and it's Swedish, and so they don't mind eating it. They're a little bit bigger pieces like this, and so the little ones can pick it up with their fingers and they can eat that. So I'm just going to add some of those high fiber cereals to my mix, and now I'm going to stir it, and then you can serve your cereal mix in whatever way you want to, but a little silicone cupcake cup works really, really nicely for your baby. You can just put this straight onto the high chair and they can pick it out and eat these pieces. Of course, you can put these in a Ziploc bag and travel with them, put them in the diaper bag or all those little handy little containers that you guys have for your snacks. And so there you go. I know this will be a winner with your kid. Of course, there's other things that you could add to this cereal mix to make it interesting for your child. You could add raisins or dried cranberries, even little dried prune bits. If they're really constipated, that might help a little bit. So make some cereal mix, and I think that your kid will really like it. Okay, so now the next snack I'm going to show you how to make is another one that toddlers really love, and it's just because it's made out of foods that they love and it creates a big mouth. And so I'm going to show you how to do this. First of all, you're just going to take an apple, and I'm going to show you how I learned to slice an apple from a friend of mine. She is a really good cook, and I watched her one day in the kitchen and I thought, why have I never known how to do that? You just slice it down the side, leaving the core in the middle. And then you just slice, I like to slice the edges off, and then like that, you just make your slices. It's so much simpler than trying to core out that apple and then make your slices that way. So I have my slices made. All I need are 2 for this snack, so I'm going to set some aside here. And I've got my 2 apple slices, and I'm going to make a little mouth, you know, like this. This one has apples and peanut butter and marshmallows. And so I'm just gonna spread a little bit of peanut butter. Now, you may or may not be serving your child peanut butter. A lot of parents don't. The peanut allergies are big. But I will say this, if you have a really young baby, like, that is just beginning to take some foods, what is recommended is that you give your baby a little bit of taste of peanut butter to acclimate them to it as they are in those very young years. And so you can use this powdered peanut butter and just add a little skosh to their cereal or vegetables as they are beginning to eat it. It'd be nice in applesauce, just like this little snack is apples and peanut butter. Anyways, just in very small amounts to watch and see how they respond and how they react to the peanuts in the peanut butter, and try to avoid that peanut allergy that so many kids have now. So I have my peanut butter spread on my apples, and I'm just going to take some marshmallows and line them up and make some little teeth for my smile. Of course, the marshmallows are the treat in this snack, and they will eat them first. That's what kids do. But hopefully they'll eat the apple and the peanut butter too. So anyways, here's my little smile. You can add another row of marshmallows if you would like, but I think one actually does the trick for really young kids. They don't need all those marshmallows. But anyways, here is our next snack. And that one was always popular in our classroom of toddlers. So the next snack I have is what we just called fruit squares. And this is made with gelatin. And as you can see here, I have just this 9x13 pan of Jell-O, but it's not the kind of Jell-O that you have, in a, like from a box of Jell-O or a little, to-go Jell-O that you get in your lunch at school. This is made with fruit juice, and so the way that you make this is you use this Knox gelatin that's unflavored, and you get the fruit juice, and most people would start with apple juice because kids love apple juice the most. I used the color just because I thought it would be more appropriate for Valentine's Day to have more of a red colored Jell-O. But anyways, you follow the directions. They actually have the directions on the box of how to make these fruit juice bites, and you just boil the fruit juice and sprinkle the gelatin in there, mix it up really good. It takes it a little while to dissolve, and then pour it into a 9x13 and then cut it out. And this was a real favorite with our kids. And as you can imagine, you can't choke on it because it's Jell-O. It's just going to slide right down. It's not going to get caught in their little throats. They can pick it up because it's really firm Jell-O, and it's all natural because it's made out of 100% fruit juice. We'll use this knife here, and I'm just going to cut this like you would cut brownies or something. And then take the little Jell-O cube out, and you can give it to your child. Of course, you can cut these as small as you would like, depending on how old your kid is. I think with a little baby who's like 1 year old or so, you wouldn't want it to be very, very big at all. This is how it looks on the plate. They're just, as you can see, they're just, really firm Jell-Os, and you can pick these up and manage them, and I think that your kids will enjoy playing with them. There's the wiggle quality to it that is really nice, but they're tasty, and they're good for toddlers. It's a nice finger food. It's what's in it. If you get a container of Jell-O, jelly, other things like that at the store, you're not exactly sure what all is inside of there. So this way you are controlling, you know what you're feeding your child, and you know that you're giving them a good healthy snack. So here we go. Here is our plate of snacks. We have Jell-O and fruit Jell-Os, apple smiles, and cereal mix. There's one more thing that the kids at our little school loved, and I know that this is a really simple recipe, and it's just a simple biscuit. And she would make these, our cook would make these little biscuits for the kids, and of course she'd make them small, child size biscuits, and they would just eat them up. And here's the ingredients. They have, it's Bisquick and creamed corn. That's all. So you can just get a can of creamed corn, put it in a bowl, add some Bisquick, stir it until the dough is like you like it, and then you can drop them onto a pan and bake them according to the directions of baking on the package, and your child will love those. And it gives them just a little bit of fiber. The bread is filling, and it's a really great snack. It could actually be a meal along with your Jell-O cubes. And your apple and peanut butter, of course, that would be a great one too. Have fun making these snacks. I know your child will like them, and I'm going to make a little downloadable so that you have the directions on how to make each of these things, and you can make them for your child at home. I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day with your family.